So here in the beautiful state of North Carolina, fall is approaching quite slowly, but this is about the time when we get most of our herbs in and start drying them out, especially pineapple sage. We get pretty excited about pineapple sage and Thai holy basil about every year because these are what we call our two biggest cash crops. Now, normally what we like to do with this stuff is hang it up, dry it out, cure it really good where it still has some oils in it, not completely dry, and we like to add it in our soap. But as you can see, we do pretty good growing it here. This bush is about 15 feet around and about 6 foot tall. And we get somewhere around, if we was to sell all this retail, which we don't, we like to add most of it to our soap. We do sell about a fourth of our bushes, but this bush here will get us close to $1,000 if we was to sell it all. And that brings me to our awesome topic today. Not just only dried pineapple sage, but so many other herbs and spices can be a really heavy cash crop when it comes to selling them at farmers market, cosmetic places, and soap makers as well. So come on, let's go ahead and show you an easy way to make money with your herbs and spices, even if you're growing them in containers. Now, for the max profit, you're going to want to start with seed, but sometimes if we're not going to plant a lot, we do start with starts from our local Amish friends, and we get them pretty cheap, so it works out good for us. And again, I'd like to remind you folks that we're in North Carolina. We're locked somewhere in between zone 7 and 8. So we do have a pretty long growing season. Again, our heavy hitters when we do grow here is Thai holy basil, pineapple sage, chocolate mint is another big one, orange mint is another good one. I'm not going to run through the whole list now, but there is a list I'll show you. I'll also show you a price list of what we get per pound, and our customers still make money off of it. You also can make this same money. All you need is some seed, and if you don't have a lot of land, you can grow this stuff in buckets. I'm going to go over a quick price list with you, and keep in mind these are national-based prices on some of these herbs, most of them anyway. Some of them are state prices because we couldn't find anybody else that offered or bought some of these. Now, here's the main reason why we get all excited about pineapple sage. As you can see, for a pound, the national average is about $98 for a pound. But here where we live out in North Carolina, we found a Native American medicine man just a 45-minute drive from our house who was willing to pay slightly double over that price. Now, we almost hardly ever have an ounce of lavender to sell because it always goes in our goat soap, so we use it all. But you can see national average is somewhere around $35 to $75 a pound. We find it mostly to be around $50. And that's what we could usually sell it for when we do sell it. But our Thai holy basil is around $23 to $25 on a national average. Here, again, in that same town, just 45 minutes away, we found an Asian restaurant that was willing to pay double price for ours, just like everybody else, as long as we could prove that our stuff was organic. Now, next up on our price list offering was dillweed. Now, I barely grow enough dillweed to keep myself happy. I mean, it's one of my favorite herbs to grow. I'll just hang that stuff dry up in the kitchen just so I can walk by and smell dill all the time. So we hardly have any to sell because I never grow enough for myself. But as you can see, the national average is around $15 a pound. Our price offering on our list from the restaurants was around $28 a pound with certified organic. Also, I want to mention on dillweed, thyme, parsley, and basil, that is straight up raw plant. That is not drying them out, removing the stems and only leaves. This is just raw processing a plant and letting it dry out, and they do all the rest of the work. All you have to do is just pull the plant and let it dry. And as you can see, both of those pretty much are running close, about $20 a pound for certified organic. Now, marjoram we don't do much of, but it's about close to $20 a pound here. We do have tons of wild goldenrod here, and that is processed, so that's around $35 a pound that we get here for goldenrod. And again, we love to use it in our soap. Chamomile is something we don't grow a lot of. We do grow it in spurts and patches, but our highest offer that we have had here in our state was about $40 a pound. And I got to tell you guys, when you're just growing raw plants and you're not having to strip them all, pull out the stems and all that other stuff, it's really easy to get pounds of almost all the stuff I've listed. So making bank or making a bunch of extra money is not really hard when you do this stuff the right way. And now let's talk about how you get your foot in the door and start selling your herbs and spices. Now, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I've already took up enough of your time, but I will tell you that we've had a lot of friends that do the same thing, but they do it with vegetables and other things. and they always go straight to the farmer's market. That wasn't our first choice. What we did, though, we did go around to local areas, at least within an hour or two from where we lived at. We started offering up free samples of what we did have to some of these restaurants. We would just go in, sit down, order a plate, talk to the manager, have a little discussion, and eventually find out, even though they do have suppliers, most restaurants are willing to take even extra supplies from outside suppliers as long as it is certified organic. Just go somewhere, pop a squat, tell people what you're offering, have a nice conversation, and most of the time you'll find out there's all kind of people that's willing to take what you got if you're willing to sell it and you do have proof that it's certified and it ain't sprayed with a bunch of garbage. All right, y'all, I'm going to shut up babbling. Y'all keep on keeping on. I'll do my best to see you on the next.